Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Celebrity Cars. We're located just down the street from all the shiny lights on the Las Vegas Strip. Today, you clicked on a 1993 Lister Corvette. What the heck is a Lister Corvette? Well, real quick, Lister was a racing team and they built fancy cars over in Europe. And in the early 90s, General Motors and Lister started to talk, and General Motors and Corvette gave Lister a bunch of money to produce a vehicle. They made three. One of them's gone. The other one's red in a very fancy collection in the Midwest. And we have the magazine car, the 1993 Corvette Lister. Now, what makes this so special? Lister did everything to this car, folks, from shocks, suspension, tore apart the original Corvette and say, hey, take this and do things to it. And pretty much changed everything. The LT1 motor, this was the very first time the LT1 motor came about, and they obviously advanced a stock LT1 motor with about 285 horsepower to approximately 600 horsepower. So this is a very, very special vehicle. Listen, I'm your living, breathing condition report guy, and there was just a little bit of history there, but I hope you appreciate it. You can go online and find out all these things yourself. But I'm your living, breathing condition report. What's that mean? Well, I go over rock chips and breaks in the fiberglass and all that kind of stuff. This was a very, very expensive fiberglass. Lister wanted to use the finest products, but over periods of time, things can get damaged. This car is now 30 years old. And let me just quickly show you these things because there's not a whole lot of damage going on this car. And quite frankly, pretty much easily repaired if you're a Corvette collector and you want to spend some money. So if this door is open, while you open and close the hood, you can create some damage here, and that's pretty much what happened. There's a small crack here, and then you look down here, there's a small stain on the exhaust cover, if you will, and there's a couple more little blotches down here that I was unable to get off. But I think a really good detailer would probably make these go away, but this one would be an extra challenge. Now, there are little itty-bitty marks, normal small rock chips that I'll show you, but there's not very many. But I wanted to be clear and just show you pretty much right off the bat where the broken stuff is. So Quincy, you're gonna put that almost all the way down on the floor. As a matter of fact, on the floor. Okay, the lower fairing down here, folks, you know, everybody has a different design, and this one gets a little too close to the road. So down here, unfortunately, you know, a little chip here, a couple of scrapes down here. The paint broke off here because this had rubbed off a couple times. And as you look all the way across, you see additional minor scraping. But folks, it's all still one piece. It's all still there. It's all the way underneath this fancy nose of this Lister Corvette. It's very difficult to see, and quite frankly, I didn't see it until yesterday when I got down here doing some special cleaning. So if you also notice here and here are two extra chips that, you know, pretty much need some touch-up paint, but again, it's underneath the car. And then when you get up here, so here, little one right there. So those are the kinds of things that I'm going to show you, folks. There's one little one right here. There's a couple little ones. Oh, yep, sure, right there. And then one here as well. But folks, these are super small, and if you get the idea, I mean, look how bright this car is when you get up and look at it. They're very difficult to see. I am being pretty nitpicky, but up here on the hood as well, there's a small crack in the fiberglass right here, creating just a small bump. But other than that, all of this is beautiful. Vents down there in good shape. We'll look at the windshield real quick. The windshield has very, very minor chips in it. Does this need to be replaced or anything? Heck no. This is all very, very normal wear. Although this car only has about 8,000 miles on the odometer, we found. That's pretty darn cool too, huh? I don't know if any portion of this car has ever been painted. You can give us a call. We could do a little research if you care so much about that. We can find that out. But as far as I'm concerned, it's all one yellow, and I don't see anything like it might have been painted or not to me anyway. But I'm not the car builder either. But folks, this windshield's in great shape. Windshield wipers show a little bit of wear, but other than that, they're in just fine shape too. Quincy, while we're up here, let's just hammer away at the top. These gaskets are all in good shape along the front, in the windshield. The visors, they do show a little bit of wear, but you know, a little bit of dust. The light did not come on. if you care about those sorts of things, the light did not come on this one, but wait a minute. Yeah, maybe you have to have the key on, right? But the rubber's all in good shape. These visors are in good shape. The rearview mirror is a little loose. I noticed that the other day. It's a little loose there, but it is what it is. Some of these things are very, very easy fixes. Folks, we'll just hammer away at the interior now. I cleaned this interior personally yesterday. I got out my leather conditioner. I went through every seam, every portion of these seats, and folks, except for the small, over here is beautiful. These door panels are beautiful. Nothing's loose, nothing's getting ready to fall off. I always do mention this bolster and getting in and out of the car. There's just a little bit of wear getting in and out of the car, just a few small marks here, but nothing's getting ready to rip open or do anything bad down here. Folks, check this out. Boost retard here from 0 to 3. It's a dial. I'm not really sure what it's for, but I would presume it has go fast intentions. I'm not really sure, but anyway, I just thought I'd share while we were here. And again, the inside the door panels are really, really sharp. Nothing's getting ready to fall off the car door or anything like that. The seats are in good shape. All the body panels around here are in great shape. We'll get into the interior and the dials and the digital dash and all that stuff when we go for a cruise, but I wanted to make sure you guys got to see this in here, you know, really how nice all this is. Okay, back to the paint. Let's go back up front to the nose here real quick and just look around. I do see, you know, on occasion a little blip in the yellow paint, which would say, oh, well, you know, this has been repainted. Well, remember, this is a concept car. It could very well be stock and there was some dirt in the air. I'm just mentioning it. I could probably count all of them in one hand. It's not bad. I just wanted to tell you about it. This car has been clay barred, but it has not been polished professionally, okay? So a lot of what you see here, which isn't a whole lot, can you believe that this car could be any more yellow? It could, with a really nice job, a polished job, and some good wax. Quincy, stay right there for me, please, if you could. I want to show you the headlights and their operation. Excuse me? And then back down. So the headlights are doing their thing. Just wanted to show you that. Okay, let's work our way down the passenger or the driver's side of the car. Folks, all of this is in super shape. There's a small chip right here, real small mark there. And we talked about this earlier. This is where, you know, you got to make sure you have the doors closed when you open and close it or something like this happens. So yes, it's a bummer, but it is what it is, and that's what's going on there. And down here, we've already talked about that small scratch right here and this little blurb of stuff going on there. I'm being real picky, folks. The Fisk wheels are all in really beautiful shape. I think this one was curbed very slightly, but it's been repaired, and you can barely notice it. So I'm treating it as this wheel is in great shape. Working our way down the side of the car, there's a small, oh, no, there's not. I was wondering what that was. Super small little mark down here on the exhaust panel. And then you have normal wear from driving down the road, small little itty bitty marks right there. Does look like I didn't see this until now. This did meet a curb or a car. Oh, no, it didn't. It's crud. Ha! Look at that. Doors off. Doors obviously open and close real well. Yep, small mark, small chip right there in the door. Okay, and continuing down. Quincy, come on up here for a moment. I don't really know, you know, this, hey, sagebrush, I don't know, tumbleweeds. I have no idea. Small marks right here, small marks here, and a small mark right here. Looks like a painting kind of thing going on here. I'm not really sure. Small mark. I think this is possibly removable as well because I can feel a heavy or something there. Anyway, blah blah blah. Folks, this piece right here, is in really good shape. Very small wear. Super small wear. We attempted to mess with this convertible top. We've decided to leave it be. It's been down for a long time. If you're really interested in it, give us a call. We'll probably put a small video together if we take our time to figure out how this opens correctly. I think we did find out, we, as in not myself, but here at Celebrity Cars. So I can't open it for you right now, but it's been suggested that we just leave it alone. But there are, marks from when the top has been up. These are mild marks and they can be detailed out, once again, with a professional detailer. Every once in a while, there's a small mark that got into the paint, but this is normal for convertible tops and so on and so forth. Small chip here. Sorry, Quincy, to make you run off. Small chip here, very mild. Small paint disturbance right there, very, very mild. And all back here is in really, really nice shape. Corvette logo's good. All of this plateau back here is all in really, really nice shape. And then, once over here, this continues over for the convertible top. There's a small chip here. It is what it is, folks. Okay, I'm gonna come back here to the back bumper. Quincy, can you back up a little bit to the red fire? I'd like to share a little fact as you're chugging along here watching this car. See this rear bumper? This is a 2005 Corvette rear bumper. Corvette had come out with this bumper 12 years, 13 years prior to the 05 Corvette, but they used it in the 1993 Corvette Lister. So I wanted to make sure my year was right. I got 92 in my head for some reason. But this is the bumper that you got on the 2005 Corvette. The Corvette didn't use it until 12, 13 years later. Okay, but back here, you got your rear bumper pads back here, and we've got a small chip coming out of the black bumper back here. I don't know how that happened, but it is what it is, and I would find some black paint and just make that go away. But anyway, the cutouts for the tail lights are in good shape, in great shape actually. All these pieces in here are beautiful, and all the way down here towards the bottom is good. There's a few small little scratches back here, super, super small. You really don't see them unless you get down here and your hands and knees like I am and stare at the back of the car. Okay, working our way around to the passenger side down along the bottom of the car. All this is real nice too, folks, underneath here. This body color wraps underneath the car back here. It wraps underneath the back, as well as the front and so on and so forth. These wheels are just so super cool. All this is beautiful, folks. There's no scratches getting in and out of the door over here on the passenger side. We're in good shape. But look down here at the exhaust panel, and then we do have a rather large chip in the paint down here on this exhaust panel. Somebody tried to put a little bit of touch-up paint in there years ago, and this is how it stands right now. Just wanted to point that out. Okay, working our way down the car. This all looks pretty darn good. All the way across down here to the bottom. Small chip right here, normal road wear, maybe one or two more, very, very slight, very hard to see. There's a small chip in the door right here, and then unfortunately from the same thing of having the door open at one point when you open and close the hood, you get the extra chip down here. So this is on both sides. Okay, and across the bottom here, all this is in great shape. The wheel wells, they're all nice and super shiny. And once again, your final wheel here, no curb rash or anything like that. Okay. Hey, I can't wait to see it too. Give me a second and we'll get this hood popped and you can see what this engine looks like. Yeah, thank you. That's it. And then it goes up. Good. So here's your LT1 stroked out to a 383 and claimed to have 600 horsepower. I've driven this car and I 100% agree that it has 600 horsepower. How's that? If you watch any of the 300, 400 videos that we've done here before, I kind of guesstimate horsepower from time to time just by driving it down the road and how it feels, because I've been in and out of quite a few of these cars, folks. And you can't even get on the gas pedal fully because you just scare the living crap out of yourself. Quincy, if you could, because I'm referring to Lister and their mechanics and racing ability and their what they've been able to build. And you know, the Chevrolet Corvette didn't put things together that way. And you know, the engine compartment and the placement of the supercharger and all these things. So this is a lot of detail went into this, a lot of extras, and it is a barn burner. It is very, very fast. Your battery's located down here. Your VIN number and everything is right here. Obviously, you can see the headlights, they flipped under, and they're all part of this, and all this is in absolutely beautiful shape. Do you mind videoing it from the other side too, real quick? Thanks. Just so they can, the supercharger's over there. I just want everybody to be able to fairly see it, how clean it is. Pretty spectacular car. It's really, really cool that it's still in this great a shape. Okay, carefully put this down. Ooh, the door's open. Don't have the door open. Okay. Folks, this thing's outstanding. If you're really curious and want to see an undercarriage video, I'm not prepared to do that today, nor will that follow what you're about to see, because we're going to go for a ride. But if you're a huge Corvette collector, obviously you do not have one of these in your collection. There's only one other person that does. So if you're a big Corvette collector, you don't have this car. Here it is, and it's available. But we're going to go for a quick ride. This is going to be very amusing. But if you do want to see an undercarriage video, give us a call, and within 24 hours or so, we'll get a good undercarriage video of this automobile. We'll be right back. Lucky us, folks, we get to go for a little short drive in this 1993 Corvette Lister Corvette, excuse me. Folks, the digital dash is all seems to be working just fine. Got a boost gauge down here, have this boost retard over here. I'm not going to play with that. I do know that the seats are operational. I played with both of those earlier today, and they go back and forth just fine. Boy, this is just super. The clock works. I'm going to put my key in the ignition. Hopefully my microphone picks this up nicely. Like the old school Corvettes, folks, these buttons here are a little ahead of their time. Fuel info. It actually gives me, you know, how many more miles I have left on my tank of gas. This shows 24, so this vehicle needs some gas. There's, you know, your engine stuff. They changed over to kilometers and miles and trip odometer and the gauges. You can play with this. There's the voltage that shows up. Although these gauges show you here analog, that also shows you digital in the middle as well. Super cool. Corvette was doing that back in the 80s, and all these extra buttons to play with and all that kind of cool stuff was very cool. The air conditioner touches on cold, but I believe it needs a little bit of Freon to get itself up and going again. So give us a call. We can talk about that. And as far as the radio is concerned, got plenty of sound. Okay, all those things are little things. The clutch is in. I'm engaging first gear, and listen up. Doing about 46 miles an hour. I'm going to hit the brakes. 3, 2, and 1. My assisted stability management choked up there. All these things, the brakes are wonderful. This thing drives great. My voltage is showing absolutely normal conditions. My temperature gauge is doing great. It's just showing a little bit of reading now because we haven't been driving it too long. Oil temp, oil pressure, boy, all the gauges galore. Shows my outside temperature of 74 degrees. Pretty neat. There is a light on here for service ride control. Your ride control's down here. You've got touring, you've got sport, and you've got performance. I haven't played with these buttons. Give us a call, and we can play with these buttons. I don't know if changing any of these buttons really does anything or not. I presume it would. But I just clicked it over to performance. Yeah, we just went over 2 speed bumps, and this thing totally took it like a champ. I'm gonna move my seat forward just a little. I don't remember how to do it. I was doing it earlier. Oh, there's lumbar. Wow, there's all kinds of, okay, this moves my seat forward. There we go. The other controls down there screw with the airbags in the seats. Pretty cool. All right, we're just waiting for a little bit of traffic here. This thing sounds incredible. Might have to edit this video, Quincy. We're gonna sit here all day. Oh, okay, don't hit that guy. Oh. Okay, that wasn't for me, I didn't do it. All right, this guy's gonna make a left-hand turn. Off we go, folks. We're not gonna find all 600 horsepower here, but we're certainly gonna flirt with it. Amazing sound coming out of this thing. Folks, super smooth. There's little to no rattles in here whatsoever. My foot's on the brake and then the clutch is in. My right turn signal's on. I'm down into second. I'm gonna shut up for a second. Hard left. This is an amazing ride here, folks. The brakes are great, the transmission's wonderful, and it's really fast. Foot's back on the brake. My left turn signal's on. I'm back down into second, doing about 30 miles an hour. Don't want to drive through that puddle exactly, but I did anyway because I had to. My temperature gauge is still just fine. My voltage is great. Oil pressure, oil temp. This is just awesome. All right, we'll just simply get through the gears on the way back. 2, 3, 4, 5, and we do have 6. Unreal. Folks, there you have it. I mean, this is just incredible. If you need one of these in your collection because you have all the other Corvettes, you've got your Callaways, and you've got all your other fancy ones, folks, if you don't have this one in your collection, you better hurry up. Hey, Quincy, cassette deck. Okay, folks, that's it. I'm spinning this thing around, pulling back into the showroom, and wait for one of you to come pick it up, because this is just incredible. Turning radius is decent. I don't want to get out. And the sound of that supercharger is really, really sharp. 702-818-1031. Give us a call.